Hi, my name is Morticia, and this is my readings. It's pick a card. You either have 1, 2, or 3. And I also do a remote reading after I do your cards for you. So, we will start with cards number 1. So, here are your cards. The Hermit, the Knight of Air, the 9 of Air, the 7 of Swords, the High Priestess, and the 3 of Wands. Now, what I'm getting here is that you have to spend some time in meditation. You've been having one hell of a couple of weeks here, and you just need to get back to you. You need to get back to the way you used to do things. You need to reach out to Spirit and just relax yourself. I know it's going to be kind of hard for you because everything's been going crazy for the last 3 weeks here for you. And it just seems like everything's going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. But this is also going to bring some self-discovery for you, and you're going to pick up new things that you never thought that you could do before. And this is going to cause great speed. You're going to come up with these ideas and these visions, and it's not going to be like anything you've ever dealt with before. You're going to have to review a lot of options because you're going to have so many options to choose from. You're not going to be able to know which one to take. The best thing for you would be to have creative solutions. I can see with some of you, painting is a huge thing for you. It's one of your passions that you love to do. Anything you could paint, even rocks. As you were a kid growing up, you enjoyed painting that, making little faces on those little googly eyes and stuff like that. You have to get back to that because right now, with the last 3 weeks that's been going on, it just seems everything is chaotic, and the only way you're going to be able to calm yourself down is if you do something like that, where if you go back to the things that were creative for you, and that will be your solution to calming yourself down. You also expect the worst all the time. You set out self-fulfilling prophecies. You're not sleeping very well at night because you're so worried about the last 3 weeks that's been going on. But I'm going to tell you, you don't have to keep on worrying. What you have to do is you have to calm yourself down to a place where you can deal with everything that's been going on one at a time. Don't try to take everything on at once. Nobody can do that. For you, it's going to, well, for many of you, it's going to work in threes. Whereas you're going to have something bad happen, the next thing's going to be bad, the next thing's going to be bad, and you're going to be sitting there thinking, holy cow, when am I ever going to be able to get out of all this bad luck that I've been having? But if you take every single one of those things that you consider to be bad issues and you see the fine light between them, they're not necessarily bad. For you, they may seem that way, but if you look right deeply at it, you can see there's a grain of truth behind it, some lesson that you have to learn to be able to get through it. I don't usually do readings like this. This is my first card reading online, so forgive me if I get a little choked up. You're expecting the worst right now because you've had so many things that have happened to you that all you're expecting is things to go bad, things to go chaotic. Oh no, another event. Oh no, another thing's going to happen. When is everything going to turn out and work for you? What I'm saying is for you to do some meditation, to take on everything one at a time. Don't get flustered with it. Don't try to take on the one thing and say, oh my God, this isn't working, blah, blah, blah. Work the first one through. All the rest of them could just sit and wait. You have to work the first one first. You feel like there's a lot on your shoulders. The weight of the world seems to be upon you, and you just can't get ahead. And I see it has something to do with a job, or it has something to do with income. Now, it may seem like you're never going to get ahead. It may seem that way. What you have to do is you have to look at everything in your budget and take everything and say, do I really need this? Do I really need that? If it's something that you really enjoy and you get great pleasure out of, no, I don't expect you to give it up. But right now, with all the weight that you have on your shoulders and the way the economy is for you, I really think you should sit down and give yourself a little chat and see where can I change things? Where can I make it so that it's easier for me? You will get to a point where you start having better days. You start getting into one day you'll have an experience where you're like, wow, I'm surprised that happened. And then the next day it's going to be like, wow, I'm surprised that happened. To eventually, you're looking at the situation over these last couple of weeks, and you're sitting there saying, it's not as bad as it used to be with the card here. I don't know if you can see my cards, but with the Three of Wands, it looks like that they've ended a voyage. They're looking away at the boat. You will look back on everything that you're going through right now, and you'll say, it wasn't that bad after all. But when you're in the heat of the moment, you're sitting there just feeling like all the rods are on your shoulders, that you just can't seem to get out of it. You just can't seem to get ahead. And you feel like, yes, while you look down that tunnel and you see light, you don't know if it's actually light of getting out of it or if it's another train coming. So you have to take time out to look everything over. Now, I also do a remote reading where before I even start my card reading, I will sit down and I'll write everything that comes to my head. It doesn't matter whether it's something you ate the night before or if it's anything that comes to head at my time while I am talking to spirit. So, here we go. There is a spirit coming through, and her name is either Sylvia or Phyllis or close to. She's got black hair that was really long, but she wraps it up and she puts it on her head, and it's curly hair. She has either red or purple nail polish on, and her nails are very, very long. Like they're really hard too. And she always wore those two colors because those were her favorite colors. She has a couple of messages. One for her family that used to laugh and say she was never going to make it to the other side. She says, shame on you. She has made it anyways, she laughs. She is around Uncle Bill, or someone that the name Bill sounds like something, like Billy, or it has a strong B sound. She knew smoking was going to kill her, but she couldn't stop. She tried on and off for many years, and she couldn't do it. She says someone who is watching this is wondering if they will find out if they are pregnant. and believes this reading is going to tell her it's bad news. It's not, and look forward to a baby girl named something like Tiffany. A little boy with brown hair that sounds like his name is Scott says, "Mom, I can bounce a ball," and shows me a blue ball with red in the middle. To somebody that's actually watching this, yes, the milk has gone bad. Don't drink it. I don't care if the date on it is a few days old. No, the milk is bad. Don't drink it. And I also have someone is going to lose a set of keys. You're going to be scrambling all over the house trying to find these keys. You're going to be accusing everybody for hiding these keys on you for some sick joke. But when everything's said and done, you have put them in a pair of running shoes. I don't know if it was because you went for a run that day or not, and you came home and you got the shoes off and you put them away in this one special spot and you put the keys inside, or they just fell out of your pocket. I'm not 100% sure on that. And also, there is a familiar song to somebody out there that says, "Let the sun shine in." Now, I'm not going to sing for you, but that song is probably a song that your grandmother sang for you. And whenever you hear that song, you always feel peace. Now, I'm going to do, before I end this first reading, I am going to do my angel cards and see what Spirit else has to say. Come on. Give us a card. Give us a card. I'm just going to pick one pretty soon here if one doesn't jump. You can probably hear whining in the background from my dogs. I have 3 dogs, so sometimes they will be in my readings. Okay. Our last message is forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. Which goes back to how you've had a really hectic week. These things do happen from time to time. You've done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. You got to give yourself, you've just got to push it aside. You haven't done anything wrong. And it says, I ask you to help me let go of my self-blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic angers or fears towards others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. That's very, very good to end this one. Alright, thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, this is reading number 2. Okay. Oh, it looks as if the bad luck for you is just about ending, so it doesn't look like you're going to have any more bad luck for a little while here. You may not be in your element right now, and it doesn't seem like you're going to be bringing in too much money, and you won't be able to go fight off a war. But it looks like the last couple of weeks you have been having a bit of a problem with money, with being able to keep your head above water. being able to fight battles, because it just feels like you've been pounded on and pounded on and pounded on. You had a lot of stuff going on in your life, and it seemed like it was always one battle after another, and it seems like you're over the worst of it, but you have a major battle that is coming, where it's gonna start building up, and I think that's what it looks like here. It is gonna start building up, but most of the bad luck, is what you would call it, is almost over. It's like you could breathe again. Your head is above water, but there's one more battle that you're going to have to make. One more fight. One more chance of getting everything finished, finalized. I get the feeling that this is a recurring fight that you've been having, and just when you think it's all over with and cleared up, it hits again. It will get to a time where it's not going to be as bad as you think it is. It's not going to be that bad. I see that even though you have one big fight to fight, that will be it. You've had this little stuff that have been going on where you've been knocked off your high horse, to say, because you felt like you were right on the ball, everything was working for you, you had lots of money coming in, everything looked well, you looked like you won the war, you got ahead, and then you were defeated. Then it looks like you got ahead again, and then you were defeated. Well, you're going to have one more issue that is going to come up that's going to bring everything to a head for you, and that's the one fight that you're going to have that will stop all this crap from happening. You won't be able to triumph like you want. You're not going to be coming out of it smelling like roses, but it will be over. Thank God, it will be over. You're going to be able to heal from it. The stress from it is unbelievable. It almost feels like it was a relationship that went south, that had a lot of problems, and it was always one thing after another, and it just doesn't seem like you guys were being able to commit and to solve your differences. It looks to me as if it was a relationship. And there's going to be a lot of healing for you, and you know, the stress will eventually stop. It looks like you might be taking a flight that's going to involve a celebration. So the way it looks is, when everything is said and done and the stress is gone, it looks like you're going to be taking a flight to celebrate everything that you've been through for the last little while here. I'm just going to see if there's anything else that needs to be said. So I'm going to use my other cards here, and you have 4 cards that have come up. Now, this is the Sun card, but it's in the reverse, so it's not, it wasn't as happy, it wasn't a happy outcome, it wasn't bright, it wasn't sparkling, it wasn't the best thing, but it's going to be an outcome. And, you know, the information that you were receiving through all of this was very challenging, and there were so many delays, and it was very hard to deal with, but you got the truth. You got the truth. And it actually came up too, that's saying that, you know, it's time to rest, it's time to take it easy. When everything's said and done, you're going to be taking a vacation. You're going to be, you're going to allow yourself to be able to make decisions that you want to make, not what somebody else wants to make for you. It will be the decisions that you want to make. However, you are going to have an unexpected opportunity that's going to come up for you, and this opportunity is going to need a leap of faith from your side, because it's not something you normally do. It's not something that you normally would get involved in, but the opportunity's in front of your face, and you're going to be sitting there saying, well, I've been through so much already. Why don't I just try it? What could go wrong? I've already been through a lot of crap, so what could go wrong? Now, I also do a remote reading, which means before I even lay the cards down, I will get messages that come in from Spirit, and I will write them down. They're not 100%. None of my reading is 100%. But maybe this will affect somebody that is actually watching this. So here we go. Make sure you watch out for the bees. There is a lot, and you have to separate them. So there could be, actually be, if you're a farmer, that means you actually have to separate the bees. But if you're not, that's like, you got to separate all the bullshit, which there's a lot of. You have to separate all of that to get to the truth. Now, another message. There's whisperings in the corner of your house at night. It's just your imagination. You may think that it's a ghost, you may think it's a spirit, but the whisperings you're hearing are not whisperings. They could be, from what I'm getting, it could be a tree that's brushing against your house, or it could just be the sound of the house settling at night. It will help you if you put a nightlight in your hallway. The next message is, no, it's not the time to buy the greenhouse. Give it a bit of time. There's something else that's coming up there for you. Okay. Yes, there is someone talking about you behind your back, but don't worry. No one believes it. They're not believers of the girl that's talking about you. She's all talk, no action. She talks about everybody, everything. She regurgitates this stuff, and she doesn't even, if you questioned her on it, she wouldn't even know that she actually said this stuff to you. And another message, he will call. Stop watching the phone. He likes your smile. Go out with your girlfriends, have fun. It's okay. If he's that interested, he will find you. Don't run after him. That's not cool. Another one, money isn't everything. If you put money ahead of your friends and your family, you won't have anybody to love you back. Things come with a price, and it's expensive. Take your hard-earned money. Don't take your hard-earned money and throw it away. You need to start spending more time with your family, because those are the ones in the end that mean a lot to you. And you know, especially over the value that your family members have done for you. There has been that time in your life where you found it extremely hard, and I think it was your cousin who was the one that came up and said, hey, you know what, I'm going to take you under my wing, I'm going to help you out, we're going to do this. Don't forget them on your quest for money. And there's one person out there that is going to be taking a test. I don't know if it's a driver's test. I don't know if it's a written test. But they are going to be taking a test. And I'd like to say, good luck. You will do well. But Spirit does not want to tell you whether you pass or not. Because that just might screw up your studying or whatever. Last message I get. Did you check the gas before you jumped in your vehicle? Check it again. There might be something wrong with the gas gauge in it. Okay, so that was reading number 2. Thank you very much. Click the like button, and I hope I read for you soon. Bye. Reading number 3. Okay. Okay. Most of this is spirit reading with the ghost cards that I have here. And what this is telling me so far is your gut feeling, that feeling that you get when you know something's right or you know something's wrong. The gut feeling feels like you've done something wrong, like when it's a feeling of you shouldn't do something that's not right, or you know that something's not quite going the way it should, or if you meet that person and there's just something about them and you just don't like them and you don't know why. That feeling is the feeling you get when you've done something wrong when you're a kid and your parents find out. That feeling right there is the, oh no, I should stay away from them. The other feeling that you get where everything's happy and you're excited is that excited feeling, that butterfly feeling that's going through your stomach. That it's Christmas Day, that you're getting the toy that you've always wanted. That is a good feeling. So what they're saying is that you have to honor and trust your feelings. You know, with the decisions that you're making right now, if your gut's telling you not to do something, don't do it. If your gut's telling you, yeah, this is a good idea, yes, I'm excited about this, yes, it feels like it should, it feels like the puzzle pieces are clicking in together, then go with it. Usually when the romance angels are helping you out, you'll know it. You'll feel like everything's going the way it should be going with the romance. But from what I just read from the first card, honor and trust your feelings, I think that the person that you just met is not the match for you. You shouldn't get involved with this person, and you know you don't particularly like this person anyways. He's interesting, or she's interesting, or whatever. They're interesting, but they still are not the type of person that you're looking for. So why waste your time with somebody that you really just don't want to be with? Why don't you do stuff for yourself? Find a hobby with something. Don't get involved in a relationship just because you're lonely. Just because you feel sad. Don't get involved with somebody when you're feeling that way, because you'll attract the wrong type of person for you. No, I don't have his phone number or her phone number. No, I don't know what the person looks like. There's a million people that are out there, and probably about 1,000 people that are watching this reading, and I don't know exactly who is for you, but only you can know, because you got to trust and honor your feelings. With the ghost card here, she's showing a book of knowledge, and what she's saying is you know who is good for you. You know what you're looking for, so that's who you should go for. Don't go for these losers just because you're bored. Find somebody that's going to interest you, that's going to make you think, oh my God, I really, I'm learning something from this person. You're walking around thinking, what is my life's purpose? What am I supposed to do for the rest of my life? And you haven't found that purpose right now because you have so much time still left. You have so many things you haven't discovered yet. There's so many opportunities that are coming up for you, even if you cannot see it right now. You're going to live a long time. You've got to figure your life purpose is not over yet. You're still working on it. And as though you think you're on top of the world and that, no one can get one over on you, think again. You're not the Empress right now. And sometimes when you say things, it really hurts, and people don't like what comes out of your mouth, because you can tell somebody the truth, but there is a way of going around doing it so you don't hurt people. And right now is not the time that you're going to find the one. No, there is something that you have to do. There's actually 3 things that are going to come up, which are learning events. One is going to be, it looks like it could be a dance. You're in a hall, and it looks like it's going to be a dance. You're going to have to go through the awkwardness of this dance and everything, but this is not where you're going to find Mr. Right. But it's the right learning process for you. You're going to find out through friends of a friend of a friend, somebody that you're really, really, really going to fall head over heels for. But right now is just not the time. Honor and trust your feelings at this time. I'm going to pull some more cards here just to clarify what Spirit wants us to know about this. Oh, there's one. There's another one that flipped up. And I'll put one more because 3 is such a good number. Come on, give me one more for number 3. One more card for number 3. One more card for number 3. One more card for number 3. One more card. Oh, there we go. There's our 3rd card. Just like I said. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement. A need to have more fun. This is like the dance I was telling you about, the hall. This is the card that came up that clarifies that. It's just meant for you to get out and have fun, not worrying about who's going to come in the picture and who you're going to be with and how the last one was such a jerk or she was such a jerk. You're just supposed to have fun right now. Mr. Cool or Mrs. Wonderful will eventually show up. But you've got to honor and trust your feelings, and you've got to build that up inside. No, this one may not have money. Might be the perfect person for you, but rich? No. No, no, no. This person is not rich. So if you're looking for rich, this person is not rich, and you're going to be very lonely. And they're also saying to you that you're being a little bit tight when it comes to your money. It's okay to be able to go out and get yourself a little treat every once in a while. There is nothing wrong with that. Being too cautious with money is just as bad as blowing money. Make good decisions with your money, honest decisions with your money. And when you do have those extra bucks, it would be really, really wonderful, just buy a person a coffee or just throw somebody that's playing a guitar out in the street a couple of bucks. It'll make you feel better. And you could strike up a conversation with that person, and who knows who you're going to meet after that. Remember, honor and trust your feelings. There's reasons behind it. And with the book of knowledge that's coming up, I think it's just letting you know it's okay to spend a little bit of money on yourself. Being too cautious and being too spendthrift is bad for you as well. If you see that pair of shoes and you really want those pair of shoes, it's not too much money. You have to make good business decisions whether you want that in your collection or not. So that is your reading. It's not bad. I think yours is probably the best reading out of all threes. Yours is the best one. Yours is just you feeling a little bit lonely and needing a mate with you. But you know what? You could always have fun with your girlfriends or your guy friends. You know, you don't always have to have that man or that woman with you. Honor and trust your feelings. Your gut will never fail you. Now, at the end of my reading here, I do have a remote reading. And that's things that I write before I even do your reading. So these are the messages that I got from Spirit. Teddy bears, flowers, candy. You are a lucky girl or guy. You'll be getting gifts. Somebody will be giving you gifts. But honor and trust your feelings. It's okay for somebody to give you a gift. But you should say to them if you're not interested, sorry, I'm not interested. Thank you very much for the gift, but I'm just really not interested. If it's hard, if the relationship is really hard, my friend, it's not love. It's just not. You can't force yourself to love somebody, even if he has money and a Porsche. And you just can't. If you can't, it's too hard. If you know, if it's hard, it isn't love. Things are going to change. They always do. If you look back on your life a year ago and you've seen what has happened in your life now, they are two different ends of the spectrum. Things always change. Don't get hung up over it. Now, there's somebody out there that questions people that read. And I tell you, I don't Google anybody. It's too hard to Google anybody. I just read what comes out on the cards. I may not read them the way that other tarot cards read them, or I may not do what other people do. But this is a message for you. What are you even doing watching this? It's not like you. You always are saying gullible people watch these things, so are you saying you're gullible now? Put a comment below. Tell me if it's you. We got a long conversation we can get into. Now, just when you think it's safe to go out on that warm, sunny day, think again. Bring a jacket with you. It's going to rain. Don't go to the beach. It's going to rain. Remember social distancing when you do go to the beach. Your peach bikini is very cute. Now, this one here goes out to one person. Well, it actually goes out to his friends. But Bernie says hi. Catch a good fish this time. No one needs another big fish got away story. And that is it for my reading number 3. Please hit the like button, subscribe, send me a little comment down at the bottom. I hope you really enjoyed this. Let me know. Thanks.